I read my first Western, an adult Western, and from what I gather, in North America where I live, adult Western means sleaze. And everywhere else in the world, adult Western means blood, guts, and gore. And this is number 13 in the violent, blood-drenched adult Western series, Breed, by James A. Muir, who I think is an Australian author. But this is hyper-violent, cartoon violence, people getting shot in the eye, shot in the lungs. There's testicular mutilation in this book with lengthy, detailed descriptions of it all. It's definitely got spaghetti. So Breed is part white, part Apache, and he can get help from the Apaches if he needs it, and if he can convince them that he is who he says he is. So it starts off with Breed, unbeknownst to him, already having a bounty on his head, stemming from a previous novel, I guess. But he rides into town, a new town, and immediately kills 2 people and is now on the run from the crooked lawmen there. But while he does this, he saves a guy who's clearly inapt to live in the Wild West, and Breed kind of takes this guy under his wing and protects him. And I'm sure all the novels start just like that, with giving Breed some sort of riding companion just to add to the death toll on Breed's side. And I know this is probably more of a Garb August on the range than June on the range, but I do have some other stuff that might be a better representation of what the Western genre was. So let me show you what I've got to work with, because I had a rootin' tootin' good time with this one. Now, I've heard a lot about the Edge series, and he's in this book, so I'll definitely be checking that one out. And this one here, the White Apache, again, that's more like Garb August on the range, because Jake McMaster is actually a pseudonym for David Robbins, who wrote the Endworld series and the Blade series, and also this Paperbacks from Hell. So that's definitely enticing. And while that's the White Apache, here's the Black Apache. And that definitely seems like one that takes itself more seriously as a Western. I watched Steve Donahue's video about what to expect when getting into this stuff. And he was talking about historical accuracy. And as soon as you open this book up, it starts talking about historical accuracy and where they're getting their translations from and stuff like that. So that might be a good one. Here are a couple more cool ones. The Tattooed Gun Hand. Sounds like he's a marked man, so trouble follows him wherever he goes. But this one, The Tenderfoot Kid by Peter Field. I have another Peter Field book I'll show you in a second. But this one sounds pulpy as hell. Our main man here, Rocky of all people, used to be a prize fighter until an accident left him with glass hands? What? And this book says Pocketbooks West on the spine. Didn't a celebrity name their kid that? Here are some really old ones. We'll call them the dime novels. Yeah, look at those, eh? Rangeland Hate and Violence. That sounds intense. A fighting Texan in a hell-bent town? Wonder if he has glass hands. The Sheriff's Revenge, Lawman of Powder Valley. That's the other Peter Field, that I have. Here's another book by Bantam. Blackjack by Joseph E. Kellum. The Gambler and the Lady. And that's Bantam 700, Bantam 731, and 740. Here's another old one. Rawhide Rider by Thomas Thompson. It's got a really cool back. Those guys. Another vintage paperback here, The Bravados by Frank O'Rourke. And this one sounds really cool. It's about a prison break, and they release another one of the prisoners to go and track those guys down. But I think what I'm going to do is read this next, because I just finished this, Black Samurai #3 by Mark Olden, which was super good, super brutal, super pulpy writing. And it pits the Black Samurai up against an Apache warrior, coincidentally. But it is still June on the Range, so I figure I would stick with the Westerns, but also with the martial arts theme for now. So that's what I've been up to for Michael K. Vaughan's June on the Range. I've had a lot of fun with it, and stay tuned for more videos.